Be black.
You know?
Yeah. What about yourselves? You atheists or Christians or
Allah is spirit, Mr. African.
And should we say
in the middle?
kind of, yeah.
Okay. Would you say you believe in a power, in a God, or
It's hard to say.
so? If I was to say, for example, when we look around, we look at the universe, right? And how do you believe the universe came to be? What's the most commonsensical answer that you arrive to?
No, but answer would be Big Bang. Boom.
But when it comes to the Big Bang, there was something that caused the Big Bang, right?
Yeah, something would have caused it.
So what do you believe caused it?
I don't know, to be honest. That's why we're here, because getting the information, that's why we've been listening to people.
Would you like me to give you
But he's a scholar.
the evidence of God and then
He
you can
come to
make up
the
your own
West
mind?
and speak as a scholar.
So all information is all useful.
Absolutely. So we argue that if you look at the design in our universe, you look at the universe itself, it had a starting point. Yeah? And if you see that it had a starting point, then there has to be something that started it. Now, what is that thing? Is it chance? Is it nothing? Did the universe come from nothing? Or seeing the design, seeing the complexity, you logically inferred that it must have come from something. Like when you look at something that's designed, immediately you think in your head, there must be a designer, right?
What makes this man?
Yeah, everything's been, like, you know,
Yeah.
a phone, a watch, a house.
Absolutely.
Somebody made it. Yeah.
And if you look at yourself, you have something that has a lot of information in there. Yeah? Like 1 gram of DNA has 200 million gigabytes of data. 200. If you want, we can move to the side if he's putting you up. Yeah. So 200 million gigabytes of data just in 1 gram of DNA. Yeah. And it's obviously the code to create us. Yeah. So where do you think this code came from?
A scholar has to do research.
Same with the brain, isn't it? Nobody knows the whole.
Well, I'm saying
As a scholar,
what is the inference? What's the most logical
how
answer?
can he speak for his
Like
language,
where
man?
you see information,
We're asking you.
do you say that
What have you
information
done?
came from
What have you
nothing?
done? What's your body of work, sir? What's your body of
So
work?
if we
Who
have
gave you
a
PhD
lot of
in
information,
Islam?
DNA, a lot of
We don't know.
DNA,
We don't know.
do you
See,
think it's
Hollywood.
common,
It's
it's
Hollywood.
logical to
It's
believe that
YouTube Hollywood.
all of this information just
Everyone
happened
can
by
be a
itself?
scholar. Everyone can be a scholar without going to school.
So you see
can be scholar without going to school.
a
As long as you
computer
look the part.
program, you look at the coding,
You have to look
yeah,
the part.
and you see there is
Everyone looks the part.
patterns and coherence in the
But he
coding.
cannot answer the question. He looks
There's
the part.
patterns on yourself as
But
well,
it's
right?
Hollywood. It doesn't
You have a
matter.
symmetrical
This
face,
man is
you
not
have
a
2
scholar.
eyes, yeah?
He's not a
And
scholar.
I don't know if you
How can
guys
you
have
answer the
seen
question? It's Allah's
or
spirit.
heard
It's
of
Allah's spirit.
somebody going through childbirth.
Yeah.
It's like when people see it, automatically, even if they don't believe in God, they say, miraculous.
Yeah, that's it.
You break your bone, you hold it together, you put a cast on it, the bone heals.
He came
Yeah.
on one day.
When you see-
he's a 5x9.
if I-
He's a 5x9 scholar.
do you guys drive?
He's a 5x9 scholar.
You drive, yeah? So, what car do you have?
Every day, we never
Vauxhall.
asked
So
him,
when
what
you
if Muhammad
bought that
was a black
Vauxhall, did you buy it with the intention, or was it conceivable to you at that time that this Vauxhall is going to last me 80 years?
Kill him.
Yeah,
He says,
it's
Muhammad was a black man.
reliability, yeah.
But practically, it's never going to last 80 years, is it? It's only going to last 7-8 years, right?
Nothing lasts forever.
Do you see? The phone. But look at the human heart. It beats 100,000 times a day,
What's the
and
difference about
the
asking whether
average
Muhammad
life
was-
expectancy is about 70 to 80 years.
Of course he was black.
So look at the design of the heart.
Muhammad was a
Yeah?
black man.
Look at the design of the eyes.
YouTube, you learned something
That
today. Muhammad was a
even the
black man.
latest iPhone today, like these guys
Why,
are filming on the iPhone, the iPhone itself
Why you get excited?
is trying to
When I say
copy
Muhammad
the
was a
eyes.
black man.
You see?
The scholar
So would
knows
you
it.
say
Muhammad was a
when
black
you
man.
see the design
He
of
said,
say a tree,
every scholar knows that Muhammad was a
the
black
human
man.
eye, the heart,
Muhammad was a black man.
the common
Muhammad was a-
sense thing for us to conclude is it must have come from something.
It ain't even a debate. Muhammad was a black man.
Something's Everything's made.
Good.
Yeah.
Even so, that thing that's created us,
Ask your scholar then. Excuse me. Show us
Would you say
Muhammad was not a black man.
that the one that's created us,
And what was the Queen of
logically, is it one or is it more than one?
The Queen of Sheba. The Kaaba comes from the Queen of Sheba.
You have like one.
The Queen of
One,
Sheba
yeah?
is in the Bible.
Very good. Would you
Don't
agree
lie
with
about
that?
it.
You can push back. I'm open.
To be honest, I don't know.
Don't know. Okay, I'll give you an example then. If someone claims that there are two creators that created everything, that would imply that both creators would be creating everything simultaneously at the same time, which doesn't make sense, right?
It would
Like,
be balanced.
do you see? Like two creators creating the same thing. There's going to be a conflict, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
they run away from
So we say this as well. We say that logically there must be one creator as opposed to many creators. And would you also accept that that creator has to be independent from creation? I'll give you an example. Independent in the sense that someone dependent is relying upon oxygen, relying upon food, relying upon going to the toilet. So that creator has to be independent,
Oh
right?
yeah, it'd be above, like, different level.
Fantastic. And would you also accept that he would be eternal, pre and post eternal?
Oh yeah, if something's created everything, they wouldn't just go.
And there's nothing like it because it's created everything, it was the first.
Yeah.
So interestingly, this is our definition as Muslims of God.
Yeah.
Chapter 112 of the Qur'an, it says, say he is God the one, independent, the pre and post eternal, and there's none like him. So now here's the thing. Now somebody else might come along and say, oh, but God became a man. Yeah?
So
Based upon your
can
definition,
God become man?
would you say it makes
Can
logical
man-
sense that God
can
would
become man?
come
Or
on the
is God
planet
limited?
and become
And
limited?
they're saying that God is limited. He cannot become whatever he wants to be.
You see, it's a predicament,
I
right?
say, hold on.
Yeah.
You see, when you have to-
'Cause you're
you
saying
have to
God
count
is
your fingers.
unlimited.
You have to count your fingers.
But you're saying he came on earth and he became limited.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a limit. It's a contradiction, right?
It's a contradiction, yes. Yeah.
So we don't say God became a man. Do you believe God could be a tree?
No. No.
Never thought about that, no.
Because why would you be a tree?
Exactly.
It's just nothing, it's just a tree.
And it requires us to give it water. It requires us to look after it. If a dog goes and lifts his leg and does a number two, it can't protect itself. You know, who's those people that cut down trees?
Yeah.
A logger, yeah?
Yeah,
Lumberjack. So if a lumberjack comes, the tree can't protect. Have you ever seen like a tree come out and say, ha ha, lumberjacks are back? Obviously not, right?
No.
So this is our definition of a God. So what do you guys think about that? Feel free to push back if there's anything you disagree with.
No,
It's interesting to know
it's something to think about.
because you don't learn.
Tell us about the leg of Allah.
Like the average person wouldn't know this. They wouldn't learn this. They'd only hear what they see, what other people are saying.
Absolutely.
I'll say that about any village. They only hear what other people are saying,
Yeah.
and what most people say is bad. It's true,
Yeah.
Because no one cares about the good. They only care about the bad. That's it.
So out of interest, what have you heard, any misconceptions that you've heard about Islam that you'd like me to maybe clarify or give a different perspective? And I've got thick skin.
I know it's not even that. It's hard to say because I
Okay,
hear
thank-
things, but I would rather, if I hear it from, say, if someone came up to me and said, blah, 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 that's one person.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it myself. So if someone says, oh, this, and this, I'm going to be like, well, no, I want to believe, I want to see it. You know, no, there's no evidence that people do this way.
Yeah.
You know, because you know these days, especially online, you hear a lot of things that people are saying this, people are saying that.
Yeah.
But I tend not to listen to things like that online. To be honest with you, like
Is there something that does irk you or rub you the wrong way?
trying to think. Think of anything?
No, not really. I don't think there's much that irks me these days.
Oh, you don't pay attention to the media?
No,
Try
honestly,
well. Sometimes that's the best way.
Yeah, you're right.
literally,
I think-
it's all negative.
It doesn't necessarily irk me, but if
Yeah.
I were to think about it, I'd probably be like, oh, that's a bit like, I don't like that too much. It's not something I lay in bed thinking about every day. It's not something I go online and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't like, it's like him, I don't really follow all the media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But say if somebody lives their life, they're a good person, they're a caring person, they love their family, they help others. But if they're not a Muslim, they would go straight to hell. Like,
So-
if they don't do like the Shahada, is it like if they don't like convert, or if they weren't born as a Muslim, would they go straight to? Would they not be like? Would like God not say like? Would He not give them a chance, or like, you know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
like that.
So for people that are good,
hard to-
yeah,
yeah.
for people that are good, that do good things, God rewards them on this planet. Yeah. So you do good, you'll be given
So why
good.
isn't God
Yeah. So that's the
giving victory to
that's the
Muslims?
first thing.
Because they know God.
Secondly-
and the Jews and Christians don't know God.
When it comes to somebody that hasn't been given the message of Islam,
Shouldn't God
Yeah.
punish
Yeah.
the
or
Jews and the
if
Christians?
somebody has been
By
given
destroying
a
Israel.
distorted message of
Yeah,
Islam,
yeah.
then they will not
They want
be
you to do
thrown
it.
into the
They want
hellfire.
you to do it.
It's
Alright.
only if a person has been given the message, the unadulterated message of Islam,
Yeah,
and they've understood it.
I get you.
They've accepted it, but they've rejected it.
I get you.
So it's reached them in a pure, pristine form, and they have actively said, because
What is the message
they've
of the
understood
Quran?
it, and they're like, yeah, it's the truth, but you know what? I'm
So,
gonna, for the
yeah.
sake of it,
so
reject
it'd be like
it.
you talking to me now. I mean, just saying, no, I don't care, whatever, bye.
Exactly.
What is the message of Quran?
Now, if I had made an argument to you, and it makes sense to you, and in your heart of hearts, you go, you know what? That actually makes sense. I believe it. I actually believe it.
I stand
Yeah,
on
and then
Quran.
you look into it, and you're like, yes, sorry.
I'll teach
And you say, yes, it makes sense.
I'll teach you the Quran.
However, you're like, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to, because I just don't like his face. That's not right. You're actively rejecting something for no real reason. So if somebody actively does that, then for them, it's the hellfire.
Yeah.
But for somebody that doesn't know,
Yeah.
they're not going to be held, they're not just going to be flung into the hellfire for the sake of it.
Like, would they just be dead or something? I don't know. Like, or would they?
No, because the reality here is that, yeah, so somebody that doesn't get Islam, that message of Islam,
Yeah.
their test will happen
What
on
is
the
the
day of
message of
judgment.
Islam?
So they will have another
No one
test.
can sum it up.
Yeah?
No one can
Because
sum it up.
like you
What's the
said,
message?
or maybe you were alluding to, there are certain people that live in very isolated communities.
Oh yeah, people who are like you know, I've known people who haven't
But
been
you know, probably
exposed
there's no
to
message.
like Islam and things like that.
Do you see?
But then they've been like good people. They've not.
Yes.
They've not done anything
The
that
Quran
could be
is
seen
fake
as like bad or.
There's no message.
So some are even of the opinion that somebody who hasn't received a message, if they're good, it's up to Allah. Some are of the opinion they will go to paradise. Some are of the opinion that there will be a test on the day of judgment.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they will not be flung in hellfire for a message
Yeah,
that
okay, yeah.
they did not understand, that did not reach
Yeah.
them.
I say yeah. Yeah.
Do you see?
What is the message of Quran?
And we also say that
I read the
God,
Quran, it's a
when He
completely-
created us, you
need
believe
to
God is,
observe,
or the
and
Creator
then-
is all wise, right?
Well, yeah, they would have to be. They made everything.
Made
Are you
everything.
Quran only Muslim now?
Do you think it's wise for a creator, once he's created us, to abandon us? Or do you think it's wise for him to guide us?
I'd say guide us, but then I think some people might think, oh, like, you know, if something bad happens, they're like, oh, why was I not helped? You know, some people, you know,
Yeah, but foundationally,
more of a,
yeah, foundationally, you accept the fact that it's like a person that's creating an object.
Yeah.
If someone is creating an object and you ask the creator, why are you creating it? He goes,
Yes.
I don't even know.
you have a reason. You'd have a reason to make
You see.
anything.
And let's just say you have a son, you're sending him to school for the first time and he's clueless. He doesn't know what school is, doesn't know anything. And the whole journey there, you don't say a word to him. and you just
You wouldn't.
go on off, you pop.
No, you wouldn't. You know.
You'd say it's bad parenting, right?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So similarly, we would also say that if God is sending us on this planet with logic, with reasoning, and with problems and hardships, surely He would send us a guide, right?
Well, yeah.
So we believe that prophets were sent.
Yeah.
Thousands of prophets have been sent over the years, and we believe God sends alongside the prophet a scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's my question: what would be your criteria to accept a scripture to be from God? I'm giving you a whiteboard, and I'm saying you tell me your criteria.
That's a tough one. What do you think, Gav?
I can help you guys if you want. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to say, yeah, I accept that criteria or reject that criteria. Yeah? Because sometimes it's in our head, but we just don't know how to formulate it. Yeah? Would you say that if something comes from God, we have to have the original?
Yeah.
We can't have something which cannot be measured. That's not the original, and we have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because the copy is very bad.
You see, somebody say, yeah, this is a book from God, so how can I validate and verify that?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to take my word for it, mate.
Yeah.
Right?
The copy
So,
can be bad.
yeah. And it has to be a scripture in which things haven't been added and subtracted. Yeah, like it's pure from human interference.
Yeah.
That's
Why would you say that is important?
Because it hasn't been modified.
It hasn't been modified.
Same.
Because if it's modified, then it's the works of some random guy, right?
Yeah, it's to benefit him.
And especially if someone's modified it and you don't know their name.
Yeah.
That's mad, right?
Yeah.
That as a criteria. Would you say that it also would require prophecies in there, and the stuff in there has to be accurate? It can't just be.
Well, it would have to be, yeah. If it's coming direct, it would have to be.
Do you see?
Straight in, like, accurate, yeah.
So we say that the oldest manuscript of the Qur'an that we have is dated to the time of the Prophet. And we've compared it with the Qur'an that we have today, and it's 100% word accuracy. It's the same.
There we are, that's good.
Muslims read the Qur'an in the Arabic language.
Yeah, same language, yeah.
It's gotta
Same
be
language.
yeah.
But Jesus spoke Aramaic. New Testament was in Greek. It was translated to Latin.
Yeah, that's it.
And today people read it in English.
English, yeah.
So many languages that have been changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So many translations. And you know, when you're translating something from one language to another, it's problematic. You lose a lot
Yeah.
of the juice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like if you try to translate Shakespeare into, say, Urdu,
Yeah.
you're gonna think, who's this prat? It doesn't even rhyme, mate.
It doesn't make sense, yeah.
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
So you lose that nuance.
Yeah.
Like if you look, the Aramaic for God, because Jesus spoke Aramaic, right?
Yeah.
Do this when you go home. Go on the Aramaic dictionary, type in the word God, and then see what answer you get. It's going to say Allah.
Right.
Allah.
Allah.
Yeah? And which is very similar to Muslims. We say Allah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there is the Semitic languages. There's the similarity with these things, but people believe that the Bible was revealed in English, which it clearly wasn't.
Right.
Do you see? So
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the thing. Yeah. So we believe when it comes to the Quran, we have the manuscripts of the Quran. We read it in the original language, and people memorize it from cover to cover. Yeah. Like children as young as 6 have memorized the Quran from
Oh, yeah,
cover to cover.
I know, but yeah, they
You
do.
see?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, say, the New Testament, not a single person I've come across that's memorized the New Testament or even the Old Testament. Do you see? So when someone's memorized something and someone comes and tries to add something to it,
That's it, yeah. Someone's going to know.
do you see?
Yeah.
So the litmus test is there to tell if something truly has been corrupted or not. And then on top of that, if you look in the Quran and you compare it with the Bible when it talks about Joseph, it says that the people at the time of Joseph the leadership, they were pharaohs. But the Qur'an says at the time of Joseph, the leadership were kings, not pharaohs. 1,000 years later, we found the Rosetta Stone. And the Rosetta Stone told us that there's something called the New Kingdom. And at the time of Joseph, the leadership were not pharaohs. They were kings. Yeah? With me so far. He's gonna carry on. He's been buying my ear for the last hour. But because people have told me that he's not right in the head,
Yeah, some people,
I don't wanna, you know what I mean? I don't wanna disrespect him or engage with him.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
'Cause I don't know, maybe his parents might watch and they say, no, you should know.
it's
And
like there was someone over there as well. They were. So,
You see?
Yeah, just ignore them. I say that. Just ignore
that's the
them.
best, that's the best. So when we look at the criteria of the Quran, even in terms of the prophecies, the historical accuracies, if you look at the truthfulness and trustworthy nature of the Prophet, peace be upon him, my question then is, when you look at all of this criteria and you look that Islam makes the most sense, then what is stopping you guys from embracing Islam?
It's family. I think is the biggest. It's family.
Yeah?
I think it's family is the biggest part because the majority of my family is a unit. So I only pretty much follow what my family thinks basically.
I'd say it's not something in my head. It's not something I would want to be trivial about and say, oh yeah, go on, I'll go. You know, it's not something you want to be trivial about because
Absolutely.
it's like a massive part of like millions or billions of people's lives. And I don't want just. You probably do have some people who go, oh yeah, I'll convert, and then the next week they're drinking or doing whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like a big thing in it. It's like massive like.
So here's the thing, what I'll say about your thing first is, when you accept Islam, it has to be done in the presence of two witnesses. Yeah?
That's good.
Now when that's done, you're not obligated at that moment in time to immediately start telling everybody. It's enough for you to keep it under wraps if you don't want to tell your parents until you're ready. So that's your personal journey. Like when you die, that's your mum or your dad or your brother or sister, they're not going to be with you. It's going to be you alone in the grave. Yeah? So that's something that you'll have to live with for the rest of your kind of extended life from the grave onwards. So think about that aspect, that if you truly believe, like your friend said, and you know he's very right, like don't do it for the sake of doing it. But if you believe it to be true, then it's only right for you to accept it. But you don't have to announce it prematurely to everybody. You see? And yourself, this is a very good point as well, and you're absolutely right. That don't accept it if you're gonna treat it like a joke.
That's it. Because I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They do it because, I can say this, but then, you know, that's the problem, isn't it? There's a lot of people who say they're Muslim, but what they do is, bad. You know, they're not acting like they are.
But here's what I would say as well, which echoes the sentiments that I told him, which is ultimately speaking, when you die, you're going to be in your own grave. You're going to have to answer, to the angels. You're going to have to meet God. You're going to have to, tell him, how you lived your life or why you lived your life. Now, here's the thing. Here's how I could possibly mitigate that. It's that you believe Islam to be true. You accept it on face value, that God forbid, if you were to die today, then at least you can say that you've accepted God into your life. Same thing to him, it doesn't have to be announced to everybody. Then the journey can be incremental and it can be slow. And it can be done at your own pace. But I would say it is important, if you believe it to be true, that you accept it, but you take the journey as slow as you want. And you don't announce it to people and you don't disrespect it like that. Make sense?
Yeah, no, thank you.
So what do you guys think? Like, where are you at this moment in time? Would you like to take that step, or?
Not for me, no. I have to be honest, not for me.
No worries, I just want to know where you guys are.
If it was right now, I'd say no, but there's a lot of interest. I've learned a lot.
Fantastic.
There's a lot to think about.
Yeah, yeah. And I would say as well, there is something other than your family that's withholding you. It might be, you might think it's a cultural change. For yourself, it might be maybe another thought. But I want you guys to think on our conversation.
Yeah.
And if you do want to, you do read the Qur'an, you do want to accept it, you can go to your local mosque, you can accept it there, do at your time. But I would say this final point, that if you genuinely believe in it to be true from God, I would say accept it and then start your journey. The journey can be at your pace, but accepting it is very important to make the most of life. Because it's not a joke. If a person dies not accepting God, like you failed in life. It's like someone giving you a gift every single day and you're blanking them again and again and again, blank 1, blank 2, blank 3, and then you expect them to help you when you're in a moment of need. But you said obviously you guys picked up on a few things, and I'll just end with the fact that if you have any further questions that you have, feel free to ask me now. Or if there's anything that you'd like, maybe a copy of the Qur'an or something, I'll see if I can help you with anything along those lines.
Is that
that could be that could be interesting.
Yeah?
So read through it. It's always information. It's always good to know.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't know, you don't know.
That's it. And from our conversation, you guys.
It's always good to know.
You guys.
I bet you probably do. You probably have a lot of people who would you come up and they'd say, "I'll go where I don't care." But it's not even like that, because everyone has their different views.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Yeah.
We've had a conversation earlier on with somebody whose views are different from ours, but it's listening, it's information.
Absolutely.
It's to listen.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, without listening, you're not gonna know someone else's perspective.
You're not gonna know.
And if you don't know their perspective, you can't decide if it's true or false.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Prematurely deciding if something is true and false without hearing them out, I don't think it's sensible.
No, of course not.
That's the difference in it. Some people want to shout. They just shout, and you're not going to listen to me. I'm not listening to me.
There you go. So on your way out, there is a stall, and they hand out small Qur'ans. If they're still there, pick one up. It's free. Just on your way out, if you go through that exit over there.
All right.
You'll see it. But if they've packed up, if they're not there, you can just go on Google Qur'aan.com.
Of course.
On Qur'aan.com, you can you'll see it there, and come up with more questions. And are you guys local to us?
No, we've come from Cardiff.
Cardiff.
For a few days.
Okay. So this conversation will be on a channel called Smile to Jannah Extra. Smile to Jannah Extra.
I've seen you somewhere, when you scroll.
When you're scrolling,
I've seen a few videos. I've seen one of the few people I've seen around here. I've seen a few.
Yeah, exactly.
So Smile to Jannah just means smile to paradise.
Right.
And then Extra, that's the YouTube channel. So if you search for it, maybe in a couple of weeks, it should be up.
Okay.
And then, because we talked about some interesting stuff. And watch over it. And if you guys want to connect afterwards, maybe off camera, you want to have a more frank conversation, you can just DM me on Instagram, and then maybe we go out for a coffee or something, or if you want to go to your local mosque and ask them questions. But fantastic.
Because where I used to live was a very there was a lot of Muslims. I remember in primary school, we did go to a mosque,
Okay, for RE,
for like a trip, Because back then it was a long time ago now, but we did learn a bit. I remember a bit of it, not. So it was a long time ago now, but
it's always interesting,
Because for example, primary school, we did learn a lot about Islam and But then you compare it to my high school, nothing. It was
because high school becomes a bit more specialized.
That's it,
subject specific. Very exam based. Got to get your GCSE, got to get your A levels. You have to pick that subject.
I know my high school. I went to a Catholic high school. I'm not Catholic.
Okay.
But basically, my mother wanted me to go there because it was a little less rougher than the one near me.
Right.
And that I didn't like that because it wasn't like us having a conversation.
Yeah.
With that, when we were in that school, it was more like if I say the teacher would say something about something to do with Catholicism,
Yeah.
I'd say, I don't know about that. They'd say, no, it is. No, nothing. Be quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a back and forth. It was more of a shush. But it's how it is, innit? It's how it is.
Yeah, I think for some people, certain things, when they're incoherent, is very difficult to explain them.
Sometimes some people just don't want to know at the end of the day, innit?
Yeah, it's true. And for some people, I mean, maybe they don't have the answers. And I would argue that just like, we went through the logical kind of stages, and you guys said, look, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense that, look, there's one God. It makes sense. He's independent, free and post-eternal, none like him. So the Trinity and the nature of Jesus.
That's what.
Quite complicated.
It was a big thing in my because you had the Father, the Son, and the Ghost.
Yeah.
And that always confused me in a way because I was like, someone's there, like on the top.
Yeah.
Where's this ghost?
Yeah,
And where's the? Because it always thought it was weird. Why would a God send their Son down to Earth and then he let the people kill him?
Yeah.
Because I think in his name, Jesus is just he's a prophet.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
So we believe he's a prophet. We believe he wasn't allowed to die on the cross.
Yeah.
He was raised, and then he shall return.
Why would they allow that to happen? Why would God allow that?
Yeah. They believe Jesus is 100% God, 100% man.
Yeah.
And they believe that, he sacrificed himself. But when you sacrifice an animal, let's just say I sacrificed an animal, and then 3 days later you saw the animal running around. You'd be like, hang on a minute. That wasn't a sacrifice. The animal's still alive. Or it's a very short and small sacrifice. Only 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's what they believe about Jesus. Jesus sacrificed himself. Then 3 days later, he's back and he's saying, give me food. And he hung around with the disciples and then,
that's it.
and then rose up. So we're like, what sort of sacrifice is this? And these are questions like I was speaking to a guy who comes to speaker school and he's been here for some time. And you're absolutely right. Like it's very difficult to square that circle. You know what I mean? Because saying Jesus is 100% God and 100% man. Bro, if this bottle is filled 100% with water, there's no space for anything else.
Can't be.
Do you see? 100% is 100%. But for some people, it's not 100%. There's scope for more. So, I mean, that's what it is. And maybe that's why, because even in schools, they've got curriculums, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So maybe they just want to stick with the curriculum and she just wants to go home.
Probably.
And watch Suits or something. So that's what it is. But gentlemen, it was really nice speaking to you guys.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
And I hope that you've benefited from this. And like I said, if something else comes to your mind and you want to just pull me aside, feel free to do so.
No, that's great. Thank you.
Really good. Really good to learn as well.
Alhamdulillah.
It's always
Thank
good
you.
to learn.
Your name?
David.
David.
David, yes.
David. Nice to meet you, David. And your name?
Tommy.
Tommy. Tommy. Nice to meet you. Take it easy, lads. Yeah.
No
Thank you
problem.
very
Thanks,
much.
I appreciate
Take
that.
care.
My pleasure. Thank you.